Welcome to Life on Purpose Questions. For the next couple of minutes, I will be walking you through some important life questions that you need to find answers to. And these are important questions that if you don't have very clear answers to, many a times when anything happens to you in life, you always feel like giving up, or you always end up in a very bad state as far as your emotions are concerned, and that is where depression comes in. Life can be very productive. And I am not saying that you will not face challenges. No, I do face challenges. I have faced several challenges in life, but I have never gotten to a point lately where I feel like giving up or I feel depressed because of those challenges. The point is, I have learned to find answers to certain questions. But let me tell you the truth. Before now, I used to feel like giving up in life. Before now, I used to be depressed also. But I can tell you that from 2014 till today, I have never had a reason to give up in life. I have never had a reason to say, oh, you know what, I don't want to live again, or I'm born to be a failure, or this. No. But it doesn't mean that I don't have challenges up to today. I do. It doesn't mean that I have all the money in life. No, I don't. It doesn't mean that I've achieved all my success dreams. No, I have not. But I have become more hopeful and I believe in my life more. One of the reasons is I have discovered answers to these questions I'm about to share with you. And I encourage you, as I walk you through these questions, I need you to find answers to these questions. You are here because you're looking for answers. See, in the society, human beings are looking for answers, not for problems. We get up from our bed and go hustling and do whatever we do because we are looking for answers. The most happiest people on earth are people who have discovered answers to the questions. They have discovered answers to the problems they are going through. It's not the person who has the highest money. I am into coaching and consulting. I have seen very wealthy people who are very unhappy. They can buy anything, or they can buy any car, any house, anything, but they are very unhappy because they have not discovered answers to certain key things about life. Why will somebody who is a multimillionaire come to me, a young boy like me, for coaching and advice, for prayers? You may say so. They're looking for answers. That's why if you think that your happiness is on material things, you will always feel like giving up and you always feel depressed, because the day you don't get what you don't have, you start feeling bad about yourself. You start feeling depressed. But that life is beyond that. Life is beyond that. So as we walk through the life on purpose question, I need you to be committed. If you don't have a pen and a journal or a diary where you're going to be making some decisions about your life, I need you to go get it right now. Because you have to seek answers to these questions and be ready to make committed decisions about your life. And I can guarantee you, your life is only designed for you to manifest greatness. But this will not happen if you leave things to chance. Are you ready? If you have a pen and a journal, a diary, a book, comment on the chat box, I am ready. All right, let's proceed. The first question I want to ask you is, what is your morning routine? That's a very unexpected question. What is your morning routine? Let me tell you, one of the biggest secrets in life is being able to master your morning routine. If you don't have a productive, valuable, positive morning routine, you will always live each day a miserable person. What is your morning routine? Do you have a standard, productive, positive morning routine? People who just wake up from bed anyhow, anytime, and embark on anything always have very miserable lives. But people that have very productive, positive, and purposeful morning routines always experience very successful life. It starts with having an exact time when you wake up from bed. If you're that kind of person that today wake up from bed at 10 o'clock, the next day wake up at 7 o'clock, the next day wake up at 3 o'clock, you are just haphazard. You don't have a routine, you don't have a structure. Your life will always mess you up. Things of the society will mess you up. You need to have a morning routine, a steady morning routine. May I have a morning routine? There are things that I do when I wake up from bed. When I wake up from bed, there are things I do. My morning routine includes I study, I pray, I set my goals, and I make declarations about how my day will unfold. You get that? And this is something I have done since 2012. Except I am sick. Even when I am sick, I am always up lying in bed. 3 o'clock has never made me in bed. I am not saying that I should wake up at 3 a.m. No. Yours could be 4 a.m., 5 a.m. But is it productive? I always advise people, going on social media should not be the first thing you do when you wake up from bed. If you're a parent, you're a mother, waking up and shouting at their kids should not be the first thing you do. When you wake up from bed, the first thing to do is to work on yourself. Get your mental state right. Get your spirit man right. You will live a very miserable life if every morning you wake up and you're doing the wrong things and you don't get your mental state right and you don't get your spirit man right. That is why for me, when I wake up, what I read is very important. My prayers, very important. My Bible studies, very important. My declaration, I speak into the day, very important. These things prepare me mentally to face my day, and they prepare my spirit to face my day. Do you have a productive, positive morning routine? The last thing I do about my morning routine is I set my goals for the day. I know what I'm going to work on for the rest of the day till 11 p.m. I ask you a question. Do you have a steady, productive, positive morning routine? I am not talking about people who will do it today and tomorrow they don't do it. I'm talking about people who will be productive, consistent on it, whether life is giving them good things, whether you have money or not, you maintain it. That is how you will experience sustainable success. This is very important. Some of you are already guilty just on this point one. If you know that you are guilty, leave me a comment. Don't hide, don't be shy. We know ourselves. If you know that you don't have productive mornings, leave me a comment. You know that you're just haphazard. You don't have an organized morning. People are shy now to comment. Yes. If you have very unstable mornings, your life will be stable. And that's why many things, when anything happens within the day, you just start crying. Anything happens to you within the day, you just start feeling sad. Anything happens to you within the day, you just start feeling as if your life is crumbling upon you. No. Then when you start on a positive note, on a productive note, on a firm note, when anything happens, your mental state is ready. Your spirit man is ready to handle it and focus on solving the problem and not on crying. Make a decision from today. When do your morning start? When do your day start? It should be steady. Is it 4 o'clock? Make it steady. Is it 3 a.m., 3:30? Is it 5 a.m.? Make it steady and be committed to it. You are not yet, see, success doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. Many of you here follow me. Many of you admire the things I do. You want to travel like me. You want to speak to government, to president, minister like I do. But it's not going to come. It's not going to happen when you cannot be committed to important things that matter in your life. Let me tell you, whatever I manifest today in public, it is based on the hard work I put in the private. Some people need to wake up. Some people need to wake up. That's the first question that we're looking at. What is a morning routine? Let's go to number 2. What is one thing in your morning routine that you cannot skip? Yes. What is that one thing in your morning routine that you cannot skip? There are some days that you feel that you are too busy. There are some days you feel that, you are so sick, you are so tired. But there is that one thing. What is that one important thing that you cannot skip? Me, I have 3. I have 3 that I don't skip in the morning. Number 1 is prayers. I must pray. I must speak spiritual things. Number 2, for me, I must read a scripture. I must read a scripture that is there to feed my spirit man. Number 3, I must set goals. I must set goals for the day. I don't care what is happening. These are 3 routines I don't skip. And if I don't read in the morning, I always end up reading in the day. I always read something in the day. I always read something within the day. So tell me, what is yours? That is very important to your daily living. See, until you get your daily living right, you will always feel like giving up on many things in life, and you always feel depressed and feel unsuccessful. Because the things that can culminate to create incredible success in your life, you are not doing it. Somebody, you need to make a firm decision today. The third question you need to ask yourself, what is the major God factor thing about you that you practice? What is the major God factor thing about you that you practice? What does this mean? This means that what is that thing in God that you practice, that you know that is your heritage? For example, the Bible says, let us create man in our image to have dominion. One of my God factors, see, one thing I believe that I can enter any nation is because I know that dominion is my heritage in God. It is one of my God factor things that I believe in. I know that I am created, ordained, and anointed to dominate. I know that. So it has become my God factor thing. What is your own God factor thing that you have developed, that you know? So that's why no matter what is happening in my life, no matter the challenges I go through, I know that my heritage is to dominate. So nothing can steal my commitment or my focus. No problem on earth can take that away from me. Every human being has a God factor element. But it is your responsibility to discover yours. Some people, they just know that they are born, they are going to succeed. They have absolute certainty that they will succeed. What is your own God factor thing that you have discovered and you are practicing? You live by it on a daily basis. You need to establish your own. The next question that you need to ask yourself, do you have the patience to build something valuable? Do you have the patience to build something valuable? Many people have the feeling of giving up because they don't have the patience to build. Many people get into depression because they cannot wait. Nothing of value is built overnight. Check anybody you admire in any field. You will see several years of consistent hard work and failure. They did not just wake up and they are where they are today. Some of you quickly give up on yourself when you have not gone through the patience and the process of building what is relevant. I was talking with a young lady yesterday to start a business, and I was telling her, look, she was telling me that I want to start making money in the 10th month of our operation. I said, no, let me tell you something. A business that will go places, a startup business, 85 to 90% of startup business start making profit after the 3rd year of operation. So if you are not willing to be patient, to build the right business systems, to do proper marketing, to acquire customers, to build better products, you will not succeed in building a good business. It takes time to build a sustainable, profitable business. Do you have the patience to build something valuable? I'm not talking about patience of doing nothing. No, I'm talking about productive patience. While you are being patient, you are taking the right actions. While you are being patient, you are studying. While you are being patient, you are taking actions. While you are being patient, you are networking. While you are being patient, you are praying. While you are being patient, you are taking actions. I'm not talking about being patient and watching TV morning to evening, being patient and gossiping and hanging out with friends, doing nothing that makes sense. I am talking about productive patience. Are you patient to build something valuable? That feeling of giving up on life could be because you are not patient. You are not productively patient. You need to answer that question to yourself. To build a sustainable career that will stand the test of time takes 7 years and above. To be an industry leader, to be somebody who will be an industry leader, it takes at least 7 years of consistent hard work before you start building a good name that can shake nations or go places. Are you patient to build? Are you patient to build? Somebody say, things are not going, sir. How long have I been doing this? 8 months, 9 months, 12 months. Are you okay? You have not even started. Next question you need to ask yourself, what gets you inspired about life? What gets you inspired about life? What inspires you about life? Every human being has something that inspired them about life. It could be human beings. It could be the success of others. It could be seeing people eating well. It could be seeing children happy. What inspires you about life? You need to be around that thing and be contributing towards that thing. You need to make sure that you have a role that you're playing. Even if you have a full-time job right now, one of some of your part-time activities should be around things that inspire you about life. Because when you are around things that inspire you about life, it makes you excited about your life and it makes you excited about what the future holds for you. What inspires you about life? These are questions that after this, sit down and answer them. Sit down and document answers to these questions. Serious answers. Let's proceed. The next question you need to ask, what do you want to contribute in your lifetime? Oh, yes. What do you want to contribute in your lifetime? Many people quickly give up because they are consumers, they are not contributors. They have not decided what they would like to contribute to the society in their lifetime. They have not decided what they would like to contribute to their family in their lifetime. Do you know that just having the dream of building a befitting house for your mom can be what you want to contribute in your lifetime? Oh, yes. Do you know that making the decision that someday you want to sponsor 10 orphans to go to the university could be your contribution you want to do in your lifetime? People who have ascertained what they want to contribute in their lifetime don't easily think of giving up. Don't easily fall into depression because they are more concerned of being contributors and not consumers. They are more concerned on being contributors and not people who fail. It doesn't mean that you're not going to face challenges. No, you will face challenges, but in the midst of challenges, you hold your head up high. You remain positive. You don't let them weigh you down. And you know that you are a contributor. You know that the society will remain halfway if you don't play your part to contribute. Do you know exactly what you are supposed to contribute in your lifetime to your family, to your community, to your nation, to your continent, and to the world as a whole? Do you know it? You need to go. If you don't know it, go on a journey and begin to seek. This session I'm having with you right now, this is my own contribution to the society in my own lifetime. I know the number of people that have written down. I have a number, a couple of millions of people that I will affect in my lifetime before I die. What about you? What do you want to contribute? In what way do you want to contribute? And you need to find your own way to contribute. Your own contribution could be that you run a restaurant where you feed people. That could be your own contribution. Yours could be that you want to create a primary school. Yours could be that you want to start a vocational school to train people on carpentry and hairdressing and makeup artists and all of that. What is your contribution? You must not contribute. This one funny stuff that exists in the society. People now feel that the only way to make impact is to speak to people, forgetting that speaking and training and all of that is a calling. It's not for everybody. The society is divided into many industries: agriculture, entertainment, technology, education, healthcare. These are all platforms that you can use to contribute in your lifetime. Which one are you passionate about? Don't try to contribute by copying what another person is doing. That's where you're going to fall into depression. You can be trying to copy me. Meanwhile, I am wired differently. God has empowered me differently. He has given me skills and talent differently from yours. So what I get to do with ease, you will struggle to do. And when you fail, you fall into depression. Copycat, copy work, comparison is what is killing some people and getting them to depression. Find your own contribution today. What is your contribution? Next question, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? I want to visualize yourself. Imagine that at the age of 80, 90, you are dead. And people have come, family members and friends have come, and they're saying things about you. What do you think they will say about you? What do you think they will say about you? This brings me to an assignment I'm giving everybody, and you will submit in the group tomorrow. Take down the assignment. Tomorrow, latest 7 p.m., share in the WhatsApp group a letter to my future self. I want you to write a letter, maximum 300 words, to your future self in the next 10 years. I wrote a letter to my future self in 2015. And that letter has helped me a lot. I want you to write a letter to your future self 10 years from today. That means that letter you read to yourself 10 years from today. Write the things that you want to see in your life 10 years from today. Did you get the assignment? You will share in the group. How do you want to be remembered? You need to know how you want to be remembered. Do you want to be remembered like somebody who gave up on life? Do you want to be remembered like somebody who decided to be a failure? Do you want to be remembered like somebody who allowed what people say about them to control their lives? Do you want to be remembered as somebody who did not contribute anything of significance to the family and to the society? Do you want to be remembered as somebody who started a good project and gave up and left it halfway? Of course, I don't think you want to be remembered this way. You want to be remembered as somebody who contributed excellently to the society and to the family. You want to be remembered as somebody who lived life on his or her own terms and was happy. How do you want to be remembered? Next question. What is the most important thing you learned from your parents? What is the most important thing you learned from your parents? Yes, this is very important. Very important. Parents must not be your biological parents. Some of us grew up with maybe aunties, uncles, and all of that. What did you learn? You may not have grown up in the best circumstances, but even in that difficult situation, you learned something. For me, one of the biggest lessons I learned from my mom was hope. Never give up. I have seen my mom go through very difficult situations, but she will always put on a smile. And she always believed that tomorrow is better. One of the most strongest women I've ever seen. I mean, there was a time that school was resuming the next day. I was in a new class, new term. There was no way to pay school fees. Uniforms were not ready. Books were not bought. But she knew that we will go to school. Hope for tomorrow. She could lose everything. She could go through the most difficult challenge, but she will never lose hope for tomorrow. She will wear a smile and still acknowledge God for the tomorrow that is coming. Hope. That is my biggest lesson from my parents. Always believe in the next tomorrow. What about you? Some of you might have learned, maybe you learned hard work. Maybe you learned how to do business. Maybe you learned how to care for people. Maybe you learned kindness. Maybe you learned humility. Maybe you learned the value of education. That is something you have to replicate in your life and practice so you can achieve better than what they did. Because some lessons, no matter how the society become modern, some principles of life will never change. They will remain the foundation of sustainable success. And some of the people who can learn the foundation of sustainable success is our parents. Are you being challenged? Are you learning something? Are you being blessed? Leave me a comment. Let me know that you're following and you're being challenged and you're being blessed. Are you there? Who is making decisions? Who is making firm decisions on things to change already? If you are making decisions, leave me a comment that you are making decisions. Awesome. Good. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. The next thing, do your friends know what you're going through? Do you have a trustworthy cycle? Many of us have the feeling of giving up and the feeling of depression because we don't even have a trustworthy circle and we don't have people that you can share your challenges with. So everything you are buried on it on your own. You're going through a very difficult moment. There's nobody to talk to. Let me tell you, relationships are very important in the journey of success. I can tell you from experience. Some of my greatest support, my greatest help has not come from my family members. They have come from friends and relationships. And for you to get good friends, you must be a good person. You want to get valuable friends, start by being a person of value. Likes attract likes. Value attracts value. Thieves only hang out with thieves. Smokers like to hang out with smokers. Drunkards like to hang out with drunkards. You cannot walk through this life on your own. You will need the right people. The gift of man is a very powerful gift. Be intentional about building a trustworthy circle. Be intentional about connecting yourself with the right people. And it is okay for you to reach out to friends and ask for help. Do your friends know what they're going through? But I'm talking about trustworthy circle, trustworthy friends, friends you can reach out with. I was asking somebody the other day, do you have friends that can do fasting and prayers for you? Do you have friends that can move mountains for you? Do you have friends that can look for money and give you because you're in trouble? Many people have gone into depression because in their worst moment, nobody is there to send a helping hand. Some of them, they don't know how to build the right relationships. Some of them, they have tried to build relationships with the wrong people, but it doesn't mean that there are not trustworthy people out there. You just need to keep working on yourself, keep building yourself, keep making sure that you are exposing yourself where you can connect with more relevant people. Be in the right places. If you go only to beer parlors and drinking spots, you only find drunkards. But if you go to spots where valuable people like to go, you will find valuable people. Check your circle. Next question, next life on purpose question. Are you focused forward or you dwell on your past? Many people always feel like giving up and feel depressed because they are not focused forward. They are very good at dwelling on their past. Past events and things in these moments may be painful. Let me tell you, never look in your past to focus on the pain. Look in your past if you must to pick out the lessons. But don't look on your past and feel sad. Don't look on your past and feel depressed. Life only moves forward. And the only thing you can pick from your past to move forward are lessons. If you need to avoid the attitude of thinking of what happened to you in the past and then you're crying and you're feeling sad, that thing never adds value into your life. That kind of lifestyle never contributes to anything. It will only bring pain into your life and help you to be a failure. You should be focused forward. Do you have the attitude of focusing forward, or do you have the attitude of dwelling on your past? You need to move from this. You need to move away from that. Are there people around you that discourage you to continue? Many people have ended up discouraged in life. Many people have ended up feeling depressed in life because their immediate surrounding is full of discouragement. The immediate human beings around them only discourage them. You need to change your circle. See, there are two options. When you want to grow in life, either the people around you can grow with you or you outgrow them. Simple. Did you get that? It is not your problem if you outgrow somebody who refused to grow. You are not a bad person. You just assume responsibility for your life to have a better life. and they refuse to take action. Either you talk to them and they join you on the path of growth, or you outgrew them. Don't allow people to discourage you. You are not destiny mates. As they always say, because you are age mate, because you come from the same village, because you come from the same family, doesn't mean that you are destiny mates. You are not. So if you have decided you have a better life, if the person cannot encourage you and be part of the journey you have chosen, don't give them the opportunity to discourage you, because you will end up feeling sad, you will end up feeling like giving up on life, and you will end up feeling depressed, which is not the purpose for your life. Are you sabotaging yourself? This is one of the major reasons. This is one of the major reasons that many people feel like giving up in this life and they end up depressed. They sabotage their own selves. Oh, I cannot do this. Oh, life is too complicated. Oh, I have a poor family. I cannot succeed at anything. I am born to struggle. Oh, I am this, I am that. No, that is you sabotaging yourself. I cannot succeed. I am not intelligent. I am not this. I am not that. Stop sabotaging yourself. I know the negative consequences of sabotaging yourself. It never contributes anything to your life. It only steals from you. It only destroys you. It only takes you down the path of self-destruction. Oh, I have been there. I used to sabotage myself. I was born out of wedlock and I don't know my dad. And I used to take what people will say about me and I'll talk about it. I used to be last in class in primary school and in secondary school. And I used to say that I am dull, I am stupid, I can never succeed at school or anything. But when I read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, my life changed. I stopped self-sabotaging and I started adopting productive lifestyles, and my life changed. Nobody is born stupid. Nobody is born a failure. Nobody is born with whatever, with all these funny things that you say about yourself. You can decide. The biggest innovation in life is the incredible attribute, is the incredible power that any human being can decide to change their life from today. Remove the I can't and start saying that you can. Remove the it is too complicated and start saying that you will figure it out and you will solve this problem and you will advance forward. That is how people who make it in life think. Stop sabotaging yourself. You use your own mouth and you destroy yourself. You use your own mouth and you negatively prophesy against your own self. It will hurt you, it will destroy you, and you only wake up tomorrow to regret. Who is repenting from self-sabotaging today? Comment in the chat box, I am repenting. Who is repenting from self-sabotaging today? Comment, I am repenting. Yes, yes, yes. Today should be the end of that. Today, you are a genius, you are intelligent, you are born to succeed, you are incredible, you are remarkable, you have a beautiful destiny ahead of you. Any problem you're going through, it's not going to kill you. You are going to solve it. You have the intelligence, the wisdom, and the Spirit of God to solve that problem. That is who you are. Next question. Are you measuring your progress? Many people quickly give up on life because they don't measure their progress. They just quickly conclude that life, they are a failure, life is struggling. No. Let me tell you how to measure progress. Everything is important in life. If you are struggling to have your first degree right now, remember that you had advanced level. You had a high school diploma. That is progress. You think you don't have money now? Remember the days that you had 100,000 francs of your own. That is progress. You have dresses to wear. That is progress. Anytime I feel like I am struggling or whatever, I just look at the things I have recorded as success in the past, and it gives me new energy for the future. Don't minimize what you have achieved. That is progress. If you have come this far, you can go further. That should be your mentality. You hear me? Be grateful for the progress you have recorded, and be hopeful for the things that will still happen to you. Measure your progress with hope. Measure your progress with a positive attitude. Measure your progress with great expectations that beautiful things will happen to you. Measure your progress. Next question you need to ask yourself: what is the worst that will happen if you keep walking that path, or if you change? What is the worst that will happen if you keep walking that path, or if you change? Many people are still on the wrong path right now. They're still on the path of laziness. They're still on the path of bad habits. They're still on the path of doing things that are not productive in their life. What is the worst that can happen? You need to anticipate the worst thing that can happen and begin to change. Begin to change. Or maybe you're on the right path and you want to change and go to the wrong path. What is the worst thing that will happen if you change from the right path to the wrong path? Maybe you're listening to me right now. You just developed a bad character last week. You changed from a good character and you went into a bad character. What is the worst thing that will happen to you if you maintain that bad character? Just repent now like that and go back to the best character you were. When you anticipate the worst that can happen, you change. You change your path. You change immediately, because you don't want the worst to happen to you. Nobody wants bad news. Nobody likes bad news. What is the worst thing that can happen? Next, what do you think will stop you in the future? What do you think will stop you in the future? What do you think will stop you in the future? What do you think will stop you in the future? The feeling of giving up, will it stop you in the future? Do you think too much sleep can stop you in the future? Identify these things. What do you think will stop you in the future? This is one thing I like to do. I like to anticipate things that can stop me in the future, and I design strategies to make sure those things don't happen. For example, if I know that if I don't take care of my health, it can stop me in the future. What do? I started doing sports to keep fit, to have a good shape, to have a good healthy lifestyle. If you don't control your eating habit, you will develop diabetes, funny stuff, and then it can stop for your destiny manifestation. Maybe some of the bad friends you are keeping can stop you in the future. Maybe the person you are thinking of marrying right now can stop you in the future. You have not made the right decisions, and you have not prayed about it, not made the right analysis, and you get married to the wrong person who will abort your destiny. What do you think will stop you in the future right now? Some of you have sensed it, you have observed it, but you have not made up your mind to make a firm decision to handle that thing that may stop you in the future. If I am talking to you, indicate in the chat box. You know that there are certain things that you have already foreseen that this thing like this, it will affect me negatively in the future, but you are still doing it. You need to go and make a decision and stop that thing. Go and write down those things that you think that will stop you in the future. Write it down and have a plan of action. Some of you, it's too much sleep. Too much sleep will stop your destiny. You keep pampering some funny friends around you. They will stop you in the future. Make a firm decision. Some of you don't read. Since this year started, you have not read one book. Brain laziness will stop you in the future. You don't have sense. You cannot, if not, you don't have wisdom, you don't have sense. So lazy brain laziness will stop you in the future because you will not have sense to talk to anybody and they will not listen to you. Next question. What are those challenges that held you in the past and are still holding you today? You know. What are those challenges that held you in the past? You know that this thing held me in the past. And they are still holding you right now as I am talking to you, as you are listening to me right now. They are still holding you right now. What actions will you take to break that particular challenge? You know it. Some of you, sleep held you while you were in secondary school. Now you have graduated, you are in the marketplace, sleep is still holding you. If they put you a professional seat and talk, you cannot talk sense because you have not studied. You are not an expert in your field. You see, it held you in the past. You struggled to pass exams. Now you're still struggling in the marketplace. Procrastination held you in the past, is still holding you now. Are you not? You need to repent, so you should be ashamed of that. New year, new fashion. New year, new behavior. But you have not repented from that. That challenge held you in 2020. The same challenge is still holding you in 2022. You need to take actions right now. As you are listening to me right now, take actions. Take actions to break that challenge. Break hold. That challenge should stop holding you. Next, what is stopping you from acting on what you know? Oh, yes. There are some of you, you are depressed. There are some of you, you are depressed, not because you don't know what to do. You know what to do. There are some people here right now. You have been following me like for the last 1 year or 2 years. Your life should have been better. You know a lot of things, but you don't act on them. Some of you are not here because you lack knowledge. But the relevant things you have not acted upon them. Knowing is not enough. Acting is what is important. What do you know? And what are you doing with it? Even like right now, you have learned important things in this session right now. You will not still go and act and you remain the same person. I feel sorry for you. I hope you will not remain the same person again after this session. Because you need to go for your life to change, for your life to advance. You need to act on what you know. You need to act on what you know. Go and start acting. Next question I need to ask yourself. 2 years from now, if we met in an airport or flying on the same plane, I am not going to meet anybody in the quarter. I am not meeting you where there's failure. So me and you, you think that you meet me on the street, like you sabi. Look at the question very well. 2 years from now, if we met in an airport, someday I want to meet people. I'm flying to Washington and you're flying to Paris, you're flying to London. Let's talk. I need people who are doing things. 2 years from now, if we met in an airport or flying on the same plane, what will you tell me has changed in your life today as a result of this session? I need an answer to this question. When you answer this question, send to me privately, inbox, before 7 p.m. tomorrow. 2 years from now, imagine that we met in an airport in an airport lounge in Istanbul, in Brussels, and we are talking, and I ask you a question, what has changed? What changed in your life since that Life on Purpose session that we had? What will you tell me? What will you tell me has significantly changed? I am expecting a response to this question in my WhatsApp inbox. For those who are following this letter, you know what to do. I need a response. I need a response to this. Next, do you know you are important to God? Do you know the contribution and the difference you were created to make? This is one thing that many people don't know. You need to know that you are very, very important to God. Very important to God. And thinking of giving up or depression has never and is not God's will for your life. God created you to contribute. God created you to make a difference. You need to know within you, deep within you, within your spirit man, in your mind, that you are very important to God and God created you to make a difference. God doesn't invest in the wrong investment. You are God's investment and you are supposed to produce results. You are supposed to bring back to God a return on investment. The life you have now is God's gift to you. What you will do with this life is your gift back to God and to the society. Your contribution and the difference you have to make is your own gift back to God and to the society. What is the gift that you will give back to God? If you give up on this life, you will not give anything back to God. If you enter into depression, you allow your emotions to control you, and you are not on guard regarding your emotions, you will enter depression and you will not contribute or give anything back to God. Next question, how would you do it differently if you could do it all over again? Looking at your life since the day you were born up to today, how will you live your life differently if you are given a chance? What are the mistakes that you have made that you would like to correct? What are the good things that you did that you would like to repeat? An assignment for you in this question. When go and you draw a tea table. On the left on that table, I want you to write the things, the mistakes that you have made that you would have done differently if you were to do it all over again. On the right, write the things that you did so right that if you were to live your life all over again, you'll do it again. This simple exercise will challenge you a lot about your life. It will challenge you. Take note of these exercises because I'll ask you. And this is a life class. It's not an examination. If you are here, if you are taking this session right now, it means that you want to change your life. If you are here and you only listen and you don't go act on anything or change anything in your life, you have wasted your time and you have wasted my time. But I'm talking to people that are so committed, are so determined to advance their life to a new phase. How would you do it differently if you could do it all over again? If you could change something about your life, what would it be? If you could change something within your capacity about your life, what would it be? Go and change it. Go and start taking action. Go and change it. But there are some things you cannot change. You just need to love it, adapt with it, and move forward. You cannot change your height. You cannot change certain things are permanent. Stop fighting it. Adopt it. Love it. Assume it. Enjoy it. Adapt and move forward. Enjoy your life. But you see those things that are within your power to change, and you're allowing them to make you sad. Wake up, start taking actions to change. Wake up, take action and change. Wake up, take action and change. But you need to ascertain that thing about your life that you would like to change and change. What do you think is best for you right now? What do you think is best? This is a very important question to always ask yourself anytime you're going through a challenge or you're feeling like giving up. What do you think is best for me right now, for you right now? It will bring you to a place of awareness. It will bring you to a place where you will make the right decisions, not an emotional decision. It will bring you to a place of reasoning, not a place of emotions. What do you think is best for you right now? So these are very important questions that I need you to answer for yourself, not for me, not to please anyone. No, for yourself, so you can advance your life. If there is one thing that has brought order to my life, it is the ability of asking these core important questions and acting upon them. What will it be for you after these questions? You know your life better. You need to expose yourself better. What will it be? So I'm not going to take questions right now because I want to give you time. I want to give you time to think. I want to give you time to evaluate and go through these questions. And I want you to bring me questions tomorrow, during tomorrow's session. Bring me questions in the next session. And I want very thought-provoking questions that you're asking because you are looking for change. You are tired of certain things and you want to advance. And I'll also be eager to hear certain decisions that you have made as far as your life is concerned, so you can move forward. I want to hear that. Because this your life can be better. This life can be so much better. Life will only give you what you put back. What are you going to put back in your life? What are you going to invest in your life? Do you want to get the right returns on investment? Then be committed to invest the right stuff into this life that you desire to get so much out of. Thank you so much for following the session. Cheers.